Welcome to Estonia, a country I have wanted to check out for some time. It's part of the Baltic countries and has endured a former Soviet occupation and regained its second independence in 1991 after losing it to the Soviets in 1940.
Okay, everyone, welcome to Estonia. We are currently on our way to the Soviet Car Museum.
That does sound interesting. Do you know anything about the Soviet Car Museum?
I know that there are cars there.
And the Museum of Soviet Vehicles in Jarvajani doesn't polish that history. It leaves it outside in the weather. It's not your typical museum. It's a field filled with the mechanical ghosts of another era. Ladas, Moscoviches, Icarus buses, and military trucks. And all sorts of oddball stuff.
So this feels like you're on a ship.
We've decided that this is a character from a Pixar film with its two eyes. It's got like something happening in the mouth area, big old nose. I know you're all very impressed with my knowledge of vehicles, that I relate them to Pixar films, but that's what comes to mind.
The baby's a little haunting.
Yeah.
The baby's not well.
In a country that's fought hard to reclaim its freedom, this place stands as a reminder of what once was and how far Estonia has come.
You break it, you bought it, Clay.
Yeah. You cannot break it. It's a Soviet. It breaks you.
The XOVERLAND Milestones Global Expedition is presented by General Tire and is sponsored by Mobile One. Expedition apparel is provided by Fjall Raven and in association with Overland Journal and Expedition Portal. Join us as we embark on a 25,000-mile journey across the world.
Great camp, Latvia last night, and now we're gonna hit the road for a shorter drive today. Headed to somewhere that all of us are maybe just a little bit nervous about, but no one's saying anything about it. Let's go.
In the city of Laipia stands one of the most unusual hotels in the world, Karosta Prison. Built around 1900 as a naval infirmary, it quickly became a disciplinary prison for naval deserters under Tsarist rule. Later, it served both Soviet and Nazi regimes. Karosta Prison wasn't built to reform. It was built to punish and break the human spirit. Prisoners slept on wooden slats, were underfed, and endured endless drills and harsh labor. Guards enforced impossible standards through shouting, punishment, and psychological pressure. Every mistake had consequences, and there was never a right way to do it. It was a system built on control, on stripping away identity and will. Even today, the walls seem to echo those methods, a chilling reminder of how easily humanity can be worn down by design. And it's haunted.
Sitting in front of a prison hotel. I'm not looking forward to this. I'm actually quite terrified of it. I honestly don't know quite what to think about this. Hoping I don't need therapy after this.
Come on, move!
This is Comrade Chief, our hotel prison warden.
Actions. Clear?
Clear, clear.
It's not clear. It's yes, Comrade Chief, no, Comrade Chief. Clear?
Yes, Comrade Chief.
Perfect.
He will be leading us through life behind bars, barking orders and making sure we do everything the way prisoners once did inside the Karosta prison.
You see why it's been worn out? Because of you and such a retards as you are. By the white line, I'm speaking your, I assume, native language. By the white line, not on the white line, right? What's your name?
Ashley?
Ashley. Everyone loud and clear. Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you, Ashley.
Louder!
Thank you, Ashley.
Louder!
Thank you, Ashley.
Proud of yourself? Why not? Everyone, down. Position 1, move, down. By 1, you lean your hands 90 degrees, saying thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
By my order 2, you say Ashley.
Ashley.
1,
Thank you.
2,
Ashley.
1,
Thank you.
2,
Ashley.
1,
Thank you.
2,
Ashley.
Only thing you have to do is obey orders given by me or any other guards. Absolutely nothing else. I do not require you to think, I require you to obey. As simple as that. Is that clear for everyone?
Yes, Comrade Chief.
No. I don't hear Ash.
Ashley.
1,
Thank
2,
you.
idiots. So knees off the ground. 2.
For the next several hours, we're no longer travelers. We're prisoners.
Wrap it over your head as if it would be a condom.
Dressed in full Soviet chemical protection cloaks and occasionally forced to wear gas masks, we are run through drills.
1.
The cloaks are heavy and impervious, and soon the sweat starts pouring. We're marched inside, lined up, and handed a vague set of commands. You don't move unless you're told to.
Into each other, moving, you leaving. Back right there.
We are ordered to build our own beds out of bare wooden boards.
By the wall, you.
Yes.
Pick it up.
Okay.
You just throw it down like that. Move out. Cell number 11. Those wooden boards are nicknamed Plane. What the heck is that?
Richard and I do ours wrong, and he's the first to crack under the pressure.
You find that funny?
No, Comrade Chief.
You find that entertaining? You correct the cell, the boards are on the floor, you take a sit down. For a while he's working.
Richard is singled out for wall sits, while I am ordered to lay out our boards flat on the ground.
Personal sleeping belongings.
And just when we think we're done, we have to run to collect our bedding.
By the cell entrance! By the cell entrance!
This prison makes you earn every inch of comfort.
By the entrance, not going in, not going in. By the entrance. What seems to be the problem of yours?
No problem, Comrade Chief.
Your name?
Richard.
Loud and clear. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Richard. Everyone sit down. Richard, show everyone how they have to sit.
After Richard earns the group another round of wall sits, Comrade Chief singles him out again to demonstrate the proper way to make a bed. Every fold, every corner, every wrinkle has to be perfect or non-existent for inspection.
Fold underneath this edge and you leave it flat. See? Come on, right here. That. I said stretch it over the mattress. Full length both edges, come on. That's not straight edge. Still crappy, right? Still crappy, right?
Still crappy. Yes, Comrade Chief.
Married?
Yes, Comrade Chief.
Wife does the bed?
Wife does the bed.
You can see that. Come on, put it up. Sit. Cell number 11. As soon as the cell door opens, one you stand identifiable. Other one reports. Good job, Richard. Door cell is ready for inspection.
There is no time to waste. We're sent straight to our cells to do it ourselves.
Get in. Your cell number 6, as soon as the cell door opens, you report cell number 6 ready for inspection. Clear?
Yes, Comrade Chief.
I lost my mind when I saw Ashley walk around like a little Goomba.
This is like a...
Comrade Chief is relentless, finding fault in every corner and every fold and every wrinkle.
Your sheet already looks like somebody been using it. Not like just like a regular sheet, but in toilet, you know, dragging through the guts from one side to another one.
Comrade Chief graciously gives us 5 minutes for a second chance.
Angles, precise sleeping place.
We rush to make it inspection ready.
He doesn't want to see the edge of the bed.
He doesn't want to see the edge of the bed.
Can you see the edge of my bed?
I can't.
Okay.
He's gonna say he can anyways, though.
He's still out there. I'm gonna work on my bed a lot more.
It was disheartening when he came in and tore it all up after I spent 7 years making it wrong. And that's okay.
As Richard predicted, he finds fault in mine. Yet again.
Still prepping. It's not the straight time. Both of you, pick up your towels, move out. Both of you, pick up towels.
Once we finally get it to an acceptable level, it's bathroom time. All 5 of us get 90 seconds total to use the bathroom and clean it to prison standards.
Ladies first.
I want the record to show that Ashley saw this on, I don't know where she found this, but she was like, let's do this. This is gonna be a lot of fun. This was Ashley's idea.
Opposite wall. Opposite wall, face against the wall. Face against the wall.
Back when it was a real prison, inmates were given 30 minutes morning and night, and if it wasn't spotless, they were forced to empty toilets with buckets and cups. Thankfully, we're spared that particular duty. Next, we're locked in our cells, sitting in complete darkness and silence for several minutes, not really sure what's going on.
All right, we're locked in our cell. And it is dark. Lights are off. It's a wild experience. Yeah.
Get out of the cell. Move, now. Gas mask on. Come on, move. Gas mask on.
Outside again, the drills continue.
Bags on, coats closed.
We're put through a shooting station, scored on 3 shots, then a log hold, and carrying a 90-pound munition unit back and forth to the fence, all while sweating through these suffocating cloaks.
It's really heavy.
All around the basement.
Comrade Chief pairs us off, husbands and wives together. But with Cyrus as the odd man out, he's singled out on his own. And once again, Richard just can't hold it together.
You are not having a girlfriend, right?
Yes,
Ah.
Sorry, Comrade Chief.
Do you find that funny? I was having a private conversation with a man. You find that funny?
I didn't hear anything, Comrade Chief.
What was wrong with your face in this case?
Always something wrong with my face.
Always something. It's like twisted like that.
It is.
That means that you're not leaving this facility. Ashley? Canadians guy? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yours, lady. Your name?
Rochelle.
Rochelle? Your lady?
Yes, Commander Chief. Comrade Chief.
They are the weakest ones. Therefore, you are carrying them up to the 2nd floor since you're the only girlfriend you have ever had. Everyone, down on your hands. Richard, everyone loud and clear. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you, Richard.
1, 2, 1. Richard. 2, 1.
As Comrade Chief runs us through the fireman carry drill, I give Shelley a quick directive to help make it a little easier without him noticing.
Put your hand on the small of my back when you're on my shoulder.
Pick them up. Both pick them up. Yeah. Over the shoulder, over the shoulder.
After Richard and I are ordered to carry Ashley and Rochelle back up to the cells, while Cyrus shoulders the 90-pound munitions round once again, also referred to his new girlfriend. When we arrive back to our cells, any relief disappears. Our beds had been flipped, and we're forced to remake them under the same impossible standards as before. Back in the hall and lined up facing the wall, Comrade Chief begins his next lesson, turning prisoners on one another, testing trust, nerves, and who will crack under the pressure.
He said that the Canadians are stupid, Americans are smarter. Do you agree with me?
Yes, Commander Chief.
Whoa! Such a disrespect. What do you think about that?
I have no thoughts, Commander Chief.
You have no thoughts?
The experience winds down with an interview, a so-called medical evaluation, and finally, a mugshot. Only then are we allowed to shed the heavy cloaks and given the freedom to explore the prison on our own, before settling in to spend the night behind its bars.
We survived the part 1 of the experience. Part 2 is we're now sleeping in this prison/hotel by ourselves. Like, they literally pieced out and we're like, here's the lights, don't go snooping in the rooms, and watch the barbed wire out back. See you in the morning.
Yeah. This is creepy. I don't know if I like it better or worse than we had Comrade Chief here. Yeah, I like it worse. This is, I'm not interested in this.
Richard's gone. Taken somewhere in the night. Just kidding. It's the first look at myself. Yikes. That was quite the night. What an unnerving place to sleep.
We survived. Made it through the night. My curtain rod had a little mishap, but other than that, we are okay. So we are a little sleep deprived, but otherwise okay. Did you hear things last night? I heard some faint, rumblings throughout the night. Just weird. Yeah, what was the noises? Takes and noises, yeah. And I was like, nope, don't think about it. Just go back to sleep. I don't think any of us slept great, but I'm interested to hear how Clay and Richard slept. Morning, Richard.
Good morning.
How did you sleep?
A little.
A little?
Maybe it was a late coffee. Maybe it's because we ate late. Maybe it was because we were prisoners for 3 hours. Maybe it was all the exercise at midnight. Maybe it was because we were in a haunted prison.
I think the name of the game last night was to tune everything out. Tune out the things crawling around, tune out the spirits flying around, the things talking to you, the door slamming, etc. You tune that stuff out and you go to sleep. Yeah, that's what I did. So I slept nice last night.
Prisoner escape, prisoner escape.
Yeah, now we're trying to break out of this joint right now.
The prison guards never came back. Perhaps they were never real. Leaving Latvia behind, we now make our way south into Poland, trading Soviet prison for a Nazi headquarters in one of the most infamous sites of World War II.
So we've escaped jail this morning, prison, and found ourselves in another country and another significant piece of history. We are at the Wolf's Lair here in Poland, and this was Hitler's secret headquarters, and he planned much of the Second World War from this location.
Hidden deep within the Masurian forests, this massive fortress complex was Adolf Hitler's first Eastern Front headquarters. Built in 1941 as Germany invaded the Soviet Union. For more than 3 years, it served as the center of Nazi command and strategy on the Eastern Front. Decisions were made here that would shape the course of the war. And it was here that Hitler concluded that the death camps were needed to bring about his final solution. The Wolf's Lair is also remembered as the site of the failed July 20th plot to assassinate Hitler, led by Klaus von Stauffenberg. People within the German ranks tried to change history from within, and to think how different the world might have been if they had succeeded. Today, the ruin stands silent among the trees, but the history remains heavy here.
What are you thinking, Ashley?
I'm not really sure what I'm thinking. Processing.
Mm-hmm. Evil.
It's weird, yeah.
Yeah.
Feels evil. But then it's like it's in a quiet piece of beautiful nature. So you're like,
And at the end of the day, it's just stone. It's just concrete now, you know? It's been taken back by peaceful things.
In World War II, Poland suffered one of the highest human tolls of any nation. For every Polish soldier killed, over 25 civilians lost their lives. Many of them executed or starved. Entire towns were erased, and it was from places like this, the Wolf's Lair, that those horrors were planned and carried out.
It's a heavy place to be. Both of the two places that we've been in the last 2 days, just been kind of heavy history, but it is so amazing to experience history, to see living history, I suppose, to go and touch the bunkers of Hitler's Wolf's Lair, to live as a prisoner for a night in a Soviet prison. It's a powerful thing. It's a powerful thing to do. That's what's so great about travel, is it puts you in the places of very significant things. You could watch it on the TV, you could watch it on your phone, but nothing compares to being on the ground, walking where Hitler walked, or walking in the shoes of a prisoner. These are the types of things you walk back, come home from a trip with, changed. And I think I'll think about this for a long time. Yeah.
After the sobering weight of the Wolf's Lair, we again turn south, where we'll be meeting up with a friend of ours. And she didn't pick the easiest spot to meet up either, which means we are finally able to get the tires dirty, and it's a soupy, muddy, mucky mess.
Tundra is not doing so well, I'm stuck.
The Tundra is the heaviest rig in our fleet, and after the recent rains, that weight starts to work against us. Cyrus is behind the wheel, and sure enough, Roman sinks into the mud and bogs down halfway up the hill. Rochelle and I are in Spartan, the lightest of the crew trucks, running point. My plan is to get up ahead so I can set up a recovery. But even Spartan is slipping, and I'm trying to go easy, but it's kind of making a bigger problem. If I can't get traction, there's no way I'm pulling Roman out of this mess. I back down the hill to get some momentum and give it another run. Careful with the throttle. The grade is steep, and I don't want to tear up the trail.
We need to air down.
Yep.
Keeping the trail intact is just as important as getting through it. And with thousands of miles still ahead of us, we've got to think about preserving these vehicles too. A bad decision could affect the rest of the expedition. Still, having mud terrains would be nice right about now.
They're good and stuck.
Spot.
Like we need
So
traction.
close. I'm like right there. But yeah, we need some.
You have stabilizer bar off.
Stabby is off.
Locker on.
Locker's in.
You want to go back a little farther? I just get a little bit more momentum.
Let's see if I can. Let's just give it one more go. Yeah. Now that I'm aired down. Ready? Send it. We either have momentum or traction.
How about Tundra, though? That we want to break something.
Yeah, it's pretty aggressive for Tundra.
Yeah.
So we lay down some max tracks to give the Tundra and Legion right behind it the best shot at making it up the hill on the first go. Cyrus takes the run in Roman, and with that extra traction, he climbs without a problem. Then Rochelle follows in Legion.
All right.
Stay in it. Very nice.
And she makes it look easy.
You badass babe!
Well done. Good driving.
Nice.
Heart pumping a little bit.
Uh-huh. Heart's totally pumping.
Right.
It's the first off-roading of the trip.
Yeah.
First serious off-road.
With all three trucks through the mud, we can finally breathe easy and push on. The hard work pays off right as we roll in to meet our host. Meet Ava Zubek, a storyteller, overlander, and fearless explorer. We had the pleasure of getting to know her 3 years ago when she stopped by the X-Hangar in Bozeman to chat as a guest on our podcast. And she was at the time touring North America in her built-out 2006 Land Rover Defender, named Odyssey. And now she hosts her own National Geographic series, Super Skilled, which you should definitely check out. She has invited us to spend the night with her and a couple of her friends, as well as her dog, Vilk.
Ashley, what do you have there?
Beer! Polish beer! Yeah! Yeah! Thank you, Ava. This is my favorite thing in all the experiences we've had with the people that live in the places that we go to. And they bring all this food for us to try and drinks for us to try and tell us about the place they live and what they love about it. And it's my favorite thing. I agree. And we get to try beers. Foods and snacks and things.
Eva pulls out a few local beers she brought along to share. We crack them open and settle in as the warmth of that fire mixes with the taste of something new.
So Tyskie is like one of the most popular beers in Poland. So you're drinking what 80% of all Poles drink on an average Friday night.
Wow.
Really?
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
What do we say in Polish?
Na zdrowie.
Na zdrowie.
Na zdrowie, to health.
To health. That, yep, to my health.
It's a big beer culture here in Poland. We're not very good with the wines, but beers and hard liquor. Yep. Vodka especially.
Oh, okay.
We've got some in the back.
Oh.
This is a special kind of Polish smoked cheese, which comes from the sheep. So I want you guys to try it. You put it over a fire so it's nice and warm and a little bit melty, and it is honestly freaking gorgeous. So.
Cheese over the fire is a tradition that feels very familiar to us. We've often melted brie over the flames on past trips, and the only difference here is the method. Instead of setting it by the fire to soften, this cheese is roasted on a stick, more like a marshmallow for s'mores.
Who else?
After that, it's time for kielbasa, roasted right over the flames like a hot dog. Simple, hearty, and perfect for the night ahead. The whole experience is far better because we have a local like Eva to share these traditions with us. We close out the night the Polish way with a round of cherry vodka. Sweet, smooth, and just strong enough to cut through that cold air. It's the perfect ending to a fire, a meal, and a night shared with friends old and new. The clock is ticking, and we have just 5 days left in this phase. And in the next 2 days alone, we'll cross through 4 different countries. And at the end of it all, we'll be arriving in a place I've always dreamed of visiting, which makes the long push ahead much more exciting.
Hazard right, cyclist. Incoming.
I feel like I just drove right into a storybook, and it is all real. All the buildings, the mountains, streets. It was raining when we came in, so all the clouds are kind of folding in and out. And I cannot wait to go explore this country.
The next few days are going to be the cherry on top for me. I have been so excited. Cyrus and I have been so excited to go to Switzerland. We've talked about it for a year, and now here we are. It's cool. So yeah, gonna hit the sack, get a good night's sleep, move further into Switzerland in the morning. Should be pretty cool. Here we go. Church bells are going off this morning. Very beautiful. It's just echoing down the valley. Beautiful morning. This is what you want in Switzerland. Oh, the bells are done. That was a good run. All right, it's time to go.
Thank you for the awesome campsite, Ashley. That was incredible.
Well, good morning. Great campsite. Ashley, can you give us the quick rundown?
Today we were doing one of the iconic mountain passes of Switzerland called Furka Pass. It is scenic, it is beautiful, we have good weather so far, it's windy, it should be really, really fun.
This is beautiful!
I was telling Clay, like, I don't know where to look. Because there's so much to look at everywhere that you want to look everywhere and take it all in. But also you need to drive at the same time.
So far, Switzerland is everything I thought it would be.
All right, we just rolled in to Furka Pass. And I was looking at the odometer, and we have something significant that we're going to call it right here. We'll pull the map out. We're 12,290 miles.
Okay.
So with the deviation factor of tires and some stuff,
yeah,
I'm going to call this right here the exact halfway point of the expedition.
Oof.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good place for it.
It's a great place for it. I can't believe that it lined up like that. It's really cool.
I think it's fair to thank the Ministry of Scheduling and the person who planned this route. Thank you. Ashley. Thank you. Ashley. Thank you. Ashley.
That's all I'm going to do.
Oh, that's amazing. Pleasure.
Pleasure.
Pleasure. Pleasure.
All right, ceremonial place, and we're going against the grain because of...
Oh, you're going way to the bottom.
Yeah, man. Look at that. It'll be protected.
Good call. Ugh.
Another tag.
Doing my best here.
Another mileage down. Yep. Cool.
Reaching Furka Pass marks the true halfway point of our journey to complete a circumnavigation of the latitudes. The descent down the Hotel Belvedere side is nothing short of spectacular. With switchbacks carved into the mountainside, glaciers clinging to the peaks above, the second half of our journey is now underway.
What world is this place?
Yeah, it's pretty all-time.
Well, I'd say that's like the best initial miles for the second half that you could ask for. That is amazing road.
Yeah, no doubt. You can't really top something like the Swiss Alps like this.
What are we gonna do next? Can anything be better than what we're doing right now?
As phase 2 of our journey begins to wind down, we've saved one last adventure before heading into Germany. Our destination, Zermatt. Tucked away in the shadow of the Matterhorn, Zermatt is unlike anywhere else we've traveled so far. Vehicles aren't welcome here. If you want to reach the town, you park outside and board a series of shuttles and trains that climb high into the valley. The effort is worth it. Zermatt is a storybook village where alpine charm meets rugged mountain culture. Narrow streets bustle with climbers and backpackers and travelers from around the world, while peaks rise dramatically in every direction. It's a place that draws dreamers and adventurers alike, and for us, it's the perfect backdrop for one last big day in the Alps before our expedition takes a pause.
Well, there's lots of reasons I want to be here, but really, the thing that turned me on to this whole place is Air Zermatt. So the search and rescue team that runs out of Air Zermatt, I said if I ever make it to Zermatt, I'm going to fly in a helicopter around the Matterhorn. Yep. So that's what I think we should do today.
That sounds pretty epic.
Not a bad thing to do.
Yeah, I can't wait to go there.
Holy cow. That's gonna be insane.
It will be insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Air Zermatt is a critical lifeline in the Alps. For more than 50 years, Air Zermatt has been pioneering high-altitude rescue operations in some of the harshest terrain on Earth. Their pilots and crews are world-renowned for skill and precision, flying missions where every second counts. To fly with them is to step into the history of alpine rescue.
Oh, yeah! It's a dream come true.
What do you think about this? Have you ever been on a helicopter before?
I have not been on a helicopter. I've always just been next to them, been able to sit in them, but I've never actually gotten to fly in one, so I'm so excited. And this being your first time is pretty epic, so I'm ready.
Whoa, here we go. Whoa. Yes!
As we lift off, the scale of these mountains is front and center. Sheer walls of rock and endless glaciers stretch out in every direction.
Wow. So
Wow, look at that.
Wow. That's incredible. Dang. Oh my word. Look at this place.
This is just remarkable. This is insane.
For me, this is personal. something I'd always wanted to do. It's a bucket list event lived out. And it's as good as I could have ever imagined, and I think the crew is pumped as well.
Oh my god! Holy cow, that is so epic.
Just takes your breath away. It's so aggressive and just such a presence.
Lifetime stuff. So amazing.
I was just telling my dad, we were talking, I was thinking it might be top 5 days of my life, and I said, no, it's probably top 3, and then I decided it was probably number 1 days of my life, so it's pretty awesome.
We've had such an incredible time, and I think it was the perfect crescendo to our Europe portion, phase 2. And I think I've done a good job of keeping myself here in Europe and not letting my mind wander to the big, epic, looming continent of Africa. It's bittersweet for me. I'm having a blast. I'm not ready to go home.
One last fun little surprise for y'all.
It was a gorgeous trip, I must say. And I really wanted to focus on the in-between moments and sparking joy whilst not driving. Just sparking joy while we were there, and then moving on.
It was very nice to be invited again.
Always.
For another XO trip, and it was a whirlwind.
It's been a long time since I've had a stretch of time where you can just let your brain kind of wander. And that's so recharging. And it was a really fun team to do it with. I laughed a lot, which was one of my goals. I was like, I just want to laugh a lot and enjoy the experience, be present.
One after another good thing. Never a boring day on this trip.
The benefit of having Africa looming ahead of us is we have so much to look forward to, so much to prep for. A lot to do. Yeah, and I think that's actually the best feeling is coming out of something knowing there's a lot more to come. In fact, the greater part of this whole expedition is yet to come.
And just like that, phase 2 comes to a close. Ahead lies the most ambitious chapter of all, phase 3, an immense journey down the entire western length of Africa. From the deserts of Morocco to the jungles of West Africa, through vast savannas and across the equator, all the way to the southern point of the continent. We've come just over 12,500 miles, and there are still 12,500 miles to go. The events ahead I know will be nothing short of extraordinary.